Close in the ICs. So distribution is a criterion in structuralism. Same construction occurs in different places and help us recognize or identify it. For example, we take to go. To go is fun. We know that to go is the same. Wants to go, we know that it's the same. If it is wants to go, we separate wants from to go. We do not separate in this way that wants to and go, because we know that to go is similar that we have previously discussed. It can be recognized in different constructions. Similarly, the King of England is divided into the and King of England. We cannot say that the King and of England. Why? Because we find construction like he became King of England. So on the basis of similarity, we would say that it is the and King of England. Simply dividing a sentence into ICs does not provide much information. Nevertheless, it can be sometimes, it can prove illuminating. It shows a certain type of ambiguity or difference of meaning which is related to hierarchical structure of the IC analysis. For example, ambiguity is clearly by paraphrasing the following. So the ambiguity can be felt clear. The old man and the women. So is it the old men and the women, or the old men and the women, the old women? So here we get not clear idea that whether the adjective old goes with the both. We would have two different analyses by the tree. For example, the old man and woman, we will say that the old is applicable to the nouns men and women, whereas in the old men and the women, we say that old is only for the men. So this sort of ambiguity is there in IC analysis. Sometimes the cuts are not very helpful. So we come across a complication here. With the conjunction, it is difficult to provide a justification for a binary cut. We cannot make a preference like the following: men and women. So whether it was men and women, you can understand the breaking I am doing. It's between men and women, or men and women means that and goes with men or with women. Similarly, if we come across such sentences or such parts of sentences, it is the Egyptian cotton shirt, right? So if we make a first cut after the Egyptian, the meaning would be a cotton shirt made in Egypt. But if we put a cut after cotton, the meaning will change: a shirt made of Egyptian cotton. So this is confusing. Dividing sentences out into their constituents part is unsatisfactory for several reasons. Firstly, it does not indicate what kind of elements those constituent parts are. It does not even identify except implication. So we did not know whether man was a noun or and was a conjunction. Though we have a prior knowledge, but IC analysis does not help us indicating that this constituent is this grammatical category and this is that grammatical category. Secondly, it does not show clearly that noun phrases are built on noun, verb phrases are on verbs. So this again is a flaw in this, that we are not told that how phrases are made. Though we have knowledge of grammar, that noun phrases are made up of nouns, verbs of verbs, adjective of adjectives. but this this method, this theory does not tell us anything. Thirdly, IC analysis does not tell us how to form new sentences, to produce sentences that have not already been attested in some corpus of data. So this is very important, that this theory does not suggest anything about the construction, that what a sentence is constructed of, what are its constituent parts, that we can follow those parts or those constituents to form new sentences. So this does not help us in creativity. We cannot make new sentences on the basis of our knowledge of this theory. So these are some of the flaws that showed us path for, or obviously the linguist, to think of some other theory.